Isabella County is home to over 1,000 farms, with over half of the land base used for raising crops such as wheat, corn, soybeans, hay, and alfalfa. And dairy and beef cattle make up a large portion of the livestock there. In 1919, Isabella was one of 57 county farm bureaus that joined together to create the Michigan State Farm Bureau on the campus of Michigan Agricultural College in East Lansing. Incorporated in 1944, their purpose has always been to promote, protect, and represent local agriculture, and to provide benefits and services to their members. They do that with programs such as promotion and education, helping to bring together the rural and urban communities. The I Milked a Cow event at the county fair takes the farm to the public, and the Breakfast on the Farm event provides an opportunity for people to see firsthand a modern-day operation and how animals are cared for, and it's all done through the help of volunteers.
Volunteers are definitely the key. We have people that not only volunteer their time and their talents, but like the Breakfast on the Farm, for instance, we have sponsors, both farmers, agribusinesses, and non-agribusinesses throughout the county. To put together a Breakfast on the Farm event takes a lot of time, takes a lot of planning, but when it comes right down to it, it takes the help of 100 people or better to come in and put this event on. So the help from our community has been overwhelming.
I've been a Farm Bureau member for quite some time, and I've been on the board now quite recently, and I enjoy Farm Bureau because we do a lot of things for the youth of Isabella County. We've been supporting the fair and supporting 4-H, and all those young farmer things that we do I think are real important to agriculture.
Through their P&E and other committees, Isabella County Farm Bureau has been doing their part with farmers' care, commitment to agriculture while respecting our earth. The program revolves around the idea that farmers care about every acre, every animal, and every person. A proactive approach to educate and interact with many different audiences.
I think the general public don't realize how much farmers care about their livestock. They think that we just see them as a mechanical tool to make money off of, and that's not at all true. We care about how we treat them and how they are, and that actually makes us more money. If they're not in a good environment and not well cared for, they're not going to turn a profit for us. And the bottom line is, in any type of business, you've got to turn a profit. And but getting it out to the people is one of the most important things that we need to be doing.
It's been long understood the importance of the connection between the rural community and county commissioners. To foster that every spring, the Isabella County Farm Bureau invites the county commissioners, road commissioner, county sheriff, and local officials to a dinner meeting featuring all the foods grown and raised there. The meeting is intended to create an awareness of each other's concerns and the opportunity for discussion, and it's been a great way to keep communications open about agriculture issues.
We've always had a good relation with the local government. They very much enjoy hearing what we're doing on the farm and what things that they can do as they work through their year, whether it be legislation and zoning that directly benefits us, or else some other offshoot that they wouldn't consider how road work or zoning for housing developments would affect agriculture. They very much appreciate our input on that, and we're well respected because we have such a good, consistent, and level-headed approach with them. And because of working through Farm Bureau there, they give us the means and the education of how best to work with our commissioners or our local government officials, as opposed to trying to work against them there. We try and work with them.
The Farm Bureau has been having these evening gatherings on a regular basis for at least a dozen years now. And it is an opportunity for commissioners to hear directly from a critical constituency in this county. And the commissioners, because we're elected by districts, represent different parts of the community. And in the case of Isabella County, part of the community is a fairly urbanized area, and that's the part that I represent. And so being made familiar, or becoming familiar with what are the concerns of the agricultural community are important, and absent opportunities like this, it's less likely that I think the commissioners from those areas would learn that. And each of the years that I've been at this, I've learned something new. I can't say that I have an agricultural background, but I've grown to appreciate the significance of that community to our society. We all need food, but the recognition that these individuals are in an industry that is not only critical to us, but an industry that is a high-risk industry. And people who are willing to put in the kind of enormous energy that's involved in farming and know the high risk are an extraordinary group of people.
Isabella County Farm Bureau also sponsors a monthly legislative breakfast for local and state officials. The meetings are free to Farm Bureau members and are held the first Monday of each month. They allow members the opportunity to discuss current issues directly with their state senator and representatives. Kevin Cotter is an attorney by trade, and before becoming a legislator, he worked with many farmers on estate planning. Now a lawmaker, he relies on the agriculture community to keep him informed on issues affecting the industry.
There's much that the Farm Bureau members can do to help us. It's in the way of sharing ideas to really help educate us as legislators. You know, we have to be proficient in so many different areas, and you can't be an expert in every area. So you can come to events like this, get involved, and ask the members for input, for information, for an education. You know, explain to me the issues that you're facing, and you know, explain that in a way that I can understand. So it's really helpful for us as legislators to be able to get an education and input and some ideas that we may not otherwise have.
Judy Emmons is a former Michigan Farm Bureau board member. She served in the State House and is now state senator, serving on the Senate Agriculture Committee. A fifth-generation farmer, she's proud to represent Isabella County.
This is invaluable. This is probably my favorite part of the job, being able to interact and visit more in depth than you can sometimes in your own office. Being out in the district, being able to drive the roads, see what's going on, talk to everybody, it's the most valuable thing I can do as a legislator, because then you're dealing right with where the rubber meets the road. These folks know how it impacts their lives, their livelihoods, their businesses, and their families. And that's the most important thing when you're a legislator. You want to make sure you're not doing any harm to anybody.
Issues on a broad scale are generally concerns about overregulation, which we hear about often, and it clearly has an impact on agriculture, as well as tax burden that the agriculture community shoulders well over the national average as far as a percent. I think it's 1.5 times the national average. And that is a concern with agriculture, because we have to compete on a global market basis. And we're competing with other states and localities that have a lower tax base than we do. These issues and concerns brought about by Farm Bureau generally start at the local level, migrate to the state level, and some of those from the state level go to the federal level, as opposed to a top-down concept. And the grassroots organization is, to me, the right way to do it, and very impressive on how Farm Bureau works.
Just as it's good to keep elected officials informed, so goes the same for farmers. And Isabella County has been an educational conduit, working closely with MSU Extension to help get information to its members.
Well, the ag industry's changed tremendously over the years as our farms have gotten larger and have gotten more specialized. They've also brought more technology, more innovation into their production systems. And that's been a challenge, but yet it's been a real opportunity for Farm Bureau, for Extension to change the way we interact with agriculture, how they get information, how we deliver information. That's all changed dramatically in the last decade. Information is rapid. It changes constantly, and farms, to stay on the cutting edge, they want that type of information. And with Farm Bureau, working with Farm Bureau, how they deliver programs and the types of programs that they have, the types of educational programs we do, has changed dramatically. If we're going to be relevant to the ag community and support them, we have to change to meet and provide for their needs.
Isabella County Farm Bureau is proud to be home to 2,300 members, with over 800 of them farmers.
The benefits of being a Farm Bureau member is individually farmers cannot get their voice across, but through the organization it is well known, and through media we can get our opinion out so that the general public knows what the farmers are really doing, and they can understand what the farmers are providing for them.
It's just a matter of power, you know, with more people, the more power you have.
Whether it's promoting agriculture through education, informing elected officials about Farm Bureau policy, or recruiting new members, the opportunities for involvement with the Isabella County Farm Bureau are endless.
One of Farm Bureau's big priorities is developing young farmers. I've been offered many opportunities to grow my leadership skills and to get involved, to meet new people across the state. Farm Bureau puts a big priority in developing farmers for tomorrow. Farm businesses are here to stay. Our farm owners are aging at a rapid rate. So we must continue to develop the leaders for tomorrow.
To learn more about the Isabella County Farm Bureau, visit their website, where there's information about programs, proposed Farm Bureau policy, member benefits, and more. The Isabella County Farm Bureau, where belonging makes a difference.